Thank you very much, Herbert and Leche. We're here at Comesa Hall, where just a few minutes ago we had a press briefing by Malawi Electoral Commission. I understand the nation was waiting for the results to be announced, but unfortunately, MEC said their hands are tied at this point because of the prevailing injunction that was obtained by Malawi Congress Party, and now they're just waiting for the court's ruling in the direction for MEC to move forward. Now I'm with Leah Ntemwe just to analyze how the press briefing turned out. Leah, we saw there panali mafunzo ambiri. Some journalists really asked a lot of questions. There were so many issues, new issues coming in. How did you take the way MEC responded to the issues? For example, there were instances of new irregularities coming from different parts of the country. For example, Kasungu, we saw a journalist was asking about the results that we allegedly altered, were different from the Tare Center in Kasungu to what was presented here at the main Tare Center. How did you take the way MEC responded to the issues?
Okay, my stance still remains the same, that I really appreciate the good work that Chairperson of Malawi Electoral Commission, MEC, is doing, and the way she has been responding to some of the questions that has been coming from journalists. We should say Malawians, because we stand
because journalists are getting the issues from Malawians.
And we are also getting questions from Malawians. So I really liked the way the chairperson handled the question. And actually my follow-up question was like, Madam Chair, you have started well. He mentioned the figure, that journalist, he mentioned the figure that he got from his own investigations. And I really loved the way the chairperson did by getting the form and comparing the figures that the chairperson has and the figures that the journalist brought in. So the figures were the same. They were almost the same.
It was like answering the
yes,
query right there and then.
Yes.
But then there was an issue to do with Mzuzu City. I think the figures, I think it came from the chairperson herself, that that is the only genuine query that was put forward by the parties. In fact, UTM, that showed altered figures. About 400
votes.
Yes, a shortfall from the figures that were coming from the Tare Center, comparing with what they had here, and that was addressed, and that was mentioned as the only maybe genuine issue that came out. But MEC chairperson challenged that parties are not coming forth with issues.
They're only rushing, to media and
social
WhatsApp media, and stuff. Journalists.
Do you take that? Do you buy that?
I should say yes and no, actually, because I remember in the first press, like on the day that MEC said that they have received concerns from 147. Oh, the concerns were 147. Yeah, a certain journalist asked, can you please share the 147 concerns that they are coming from who and who? At least that could have cleared us as journalists, that okay, party so is telling us so, party so is telling us so, and party so has gone to MEC, and party so has not gone to MEC.
But that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Yes.
If it happened on that day, that okay, we have received queries from 147, we don't know which parties and from who and who. And today, MEC chairperson made it clear that they have received 120-something queries, 124, it should be 124 queries from parliamentary candidates,
yes,
and almost 18 from
presidential.
From presidential, but from the councillors. So you can calculate 124 plus 18, that's 140 something. So you should be able to know that almost maybe less than 5 queries
presidential
are from
elections.
Presidential.
But now, okay, now if indeed MEC has not received queries on the presidential elections results, why is MCP obtaining an injunction, okay, on grounds that there are irregularities that MEC do not have? Do you think that is true, that maybe there are no presidential elections results queries?
On that, just it would be very tricky for me to comment on that. I remember attending Malawi Congress Party press briefing that they held, and I asked the same question. That okay, you are telling us these are the figures that you have, and you also have the figures from Malawi Electoral Commission, and they have been telling us that the process, in each and every process that they are going through, they are also engaging the political parties. And the final figures that they have also shared with the political parties. And the political parties, they are coming in telling us the figures that they personally know. I asked a question that these are the figures that you have, and you're saying that these are the figures also that different stakeholders have. Can you please share with us which are those stakeholders? They said, you are a journalist, you have to investigate. So okay, tisanene zambiri fajati nkhanizo zili ku court eti sitingabwere kuti party so is telling us the truth, party so is not telling us the truth. So I would appreciate if the parties could have come and tell us, okay, we have engaged Meki, and this is our complaint. This is the written complaint that we have wrote to Malawi Electoral Commission, and they haven't responded to our satisfaction. That could have been better, and that could have cleared us as Malawians.
So getting it from you, wakanga kuti mbali zose ziwiri Meki and the parties have issues in the way they are addressing issues that are coming out.
Exactly.
Okay, do you expect maybe this issue to be resolved soon? Because Malawians are waiting. They're still waiting. You know, they voted last Tuesday. Okay, this is Sunday. They still don't know the results, especially on the presidential elections, and we still don't know when the results will be out. Just hours ago, we got something, an update from the court that the judge has postponed the ruling for the challenge that Meki is doing on the injunction by Malawi Congress Party. It doesn't give a clear picture as to when we're going to have
They've just said within the reasonable time.
It can be 2 weeks, it can be 2 days, it can be 1 week, we don't even know. Do you think things will be sorted out soon?
Comparing to the 8 days that Meki has, I should say that I have faith and I have hope that within those 8 days, we will be able to get the real official results. I hope so, and I believe so. Yeah.
All right. Tamvapo kuti madera mwina mwake muchitika zipolowe anthu ndithu kupanga express their anger kuti zinthu sizikuenda bwino. Ungalangize bwanji Meki komanso mwina azipani kuti mwina mwake apange kweo this kind of events, because it's unfortunate. The business is at standstill, and we need to have some situation that provides for peace, and people should get back to normal activities. What can you advise maybe to Meki or to political parties? Okay,
my only advice, especially to political parties, it is very, very important for us, because we should be able to address our members, our supporters. Mina mwachikondi komanso mumvesesa kuti they should be able to understand how things move. Kuti kodi malamulo athu amanena chani.
Emotions aside, but just looking at how the laws,
the situation, siti kunena zokuti amene apita ku court alakwitsa, siti kunena kuti Malawi Electoral Commission zinthu sakuyendetsa bwino ife tisatero, komano tinene zokuti pali ndi malamulo ake amene amati amene amatsogolera zinthu zonsezi. We have our constitution, and in terms of elections we have act so imene imaendetsa imaunikira mmene zisankho zikuyenera kuyendera. Ndeno ndinakakonda kuti azipani atayitana ndithu otsatira awo kuchokera mu zigawo zonse, kaya through ma governors awo, through ma leaders onse, kaya ndi ma chair ma district ndena otero, kuti akambirane nawo bwinobwino afotokozere kuti umu ndi mmene zimakhalira. Nkhani yathu tikuyendesa chonchi tatiyeni tifatse zikafika pa apa ndi pamene tingathe kuchita zakuti kuti kuti zimene ifeyo tikufuna zikwaniritsidwe chifukwa malamulo athu tikaona amalola anthu kupanga ma demonstrations koma apange ma demonstrations motsatira chani malamulo ake.
In fact, there was a question by one of the journalists there during the press briefing, kuti what maybe MEC should do something to call the leaders from the parties so that maybe they tell, or does MEC really have that power to call the leaders to demand that they really talk to their supporters so that they keep calm? Did you really get convinced especially on how MEC responded to that?
On that, ndikoza kunena kuti I wasn't really convinced the way the chairperson responded to that question. Mwina, because she had a lot on her table. Almost more than 20. Muza mapezeka ofisa mafuso 5 follow zina mataguzi iwala mwina zina kungozi dompa chotero. We understand the way the situation is. Komabe at least they could have addressed that question bwino chifukwa chona zokuti kupeza anthu akupita munsewu ndi kumagawo chamatiala kunonga zinthu zingabo misonko nsewu si wa munthu mmodzi ndi wa amalawi tonse timagwiritsa ntchito ndithu msonko kuti zinthu zonsezo zichitike. We as Malawians, as citizens of this country, we have the responsibility to protect our property chifukwa that's our property. So ndinakakonda zipani tiraitane members athu tiauze mwina zina kumangona ma social media sakudziwa kuti ndijani. So ifeyo tikatengapo gawo ngatazipani ndikwafotokozera bwino I believe kuti they can be able to understand. Komanso ma supporters, we shouldn't be rushing to act pazinthu zina zake. We should be able to sit down as Malawians and understand what is happening. Izizi kuti zosezi zithe bwino zitere tikweneka tipange chani nanga tipange bwanji kuti zinthuzi tithandizike munjira yotere. As we have said just mwina nango yankhapo pang'ono zamakweleza amene akumafika kwa Malawi Electoral Commission ndine ntolankhani zilipo nthawi zambiri zimene timatha kungolandira uthenga kwa organizations amene akukhuzidwa koma kuti iwo sanakafikire kwa anthu amene akutani amene akweneka kuti uthenga uwafikire. Ndikhoza kunena zokuti mwina pali zinthu zina zimene ifenso ngati mwina amabungo osiyana komanso ngati andali timangofulumira kungotiuza ifeyo ngati atolankhani. Ife we really appreciate that. Komanso mwina sometimes we should be able kuti when we are engaging ma journalists ndi anthu ena tizikhala kuti anthu eneniyonso amene zikuakhuzawo tapangaso engage akudziwa kuti kodi chikuchitika ndi chani kuti they should be able to act. Like the chairperson said, kuti they cannot act based on rumors. They cannot act based on verbal
there are
communication.
Channels that were said kuti if you have a complaint you can follow through those channels and then you get assisted.
A good example was what she mentioned about UTM kuti anabweresa kesi yakuti and itathandiza accordingly and they are convinced. So if we can be able to be following proper channels ndukhulupira zokuti izinthu zitha kutithandiza ndipo ziyenda ndithu.
There is somebody who came in the studios. I think yesterday manager, somebody coming from Mulanje, I think he lost the local government elections. He was sitting for a councillor's post and he wasn't convinced on how things turned out starting from the campaign period, the elections up to the time that votes were being counted. And I liked the approach that he took, because when he was coming here he had already submitted his complaint to MEC. So he just came here and said, he said, okay, ndapereka maujenanga madandaulo wanga kumano ndinaona ngati kuti apart from mwina kwa pasameki titaniso tibwereso kwa mwina kwa atolankhani kuti tikuuze niso kuti zikuchitika ndi chakuti. I think that approach inachitikwa ndi munthu ndithoti munasowa chikulire kwambiri kunkhani ya ndale kumbali ya maudindo muzipani zawo komano munthu oti anamvetsetsa procedure kuti I think ikwenera kuyenda chonchi ndipo anatsata di procedure imeneyo. I hope that's what MEC is trying to push for, kuti anthu when they have complaints, when they have queries, they first submit those queries to MEC so that they officially receive them and start handling, and not just receive them, but they should be substantiated, because some queries will just come claiming there's this that happened, but you don't have substance in it. It would be hard for them to follow, to investigate, because for them to investigate they need information. For example, where that happened, who is involved, what really happened, when it happened. Perhaps maybe just investigating on how and whether that is really true.
Exactly, that's the same the way as journalists work.
Yes.
You know, when we are doing our stories, people maybe should be able to ask questions.
How do you come up with those questions?
Why do they have to interview someone? Why do they have to give us maybe information that we read this from such a statement? So those are the things that we really need to do. So if I had rankani timafuna kuti na feso tikale ndi bagging kuti okay zinthu zathu zizi uchokera apa ndipo amene watipasa information iyi ndi wakuti chimodzimodzi so anthu akamapanga zinthu ngati zimene zozo akweneka ndithu azilemba bwinobwino kuti amekaja they should be able to follow up kuti we have a document iti ndi complaint yotere kuti they can be able to investigate such kind of cases and address them accordingly.
Without dismissing the queries, sometimes maybe you can have a genuine query, a genuine issue, but maybe the way you've presented it, the way you've handled it, maybe it would not give you the results that you're looking for. So sometimes maybe the proper handling of issues would also help in getting what you're looking for. So maybe that's what people that are out there and having queries, having issues, maybe that's what they should consider when they are bringing their issues that need to be addressed.
My only concern, maybe just say before we move on. Ndi ameki kuti pajabu mena nambira mujaine zinandisangalasa kuti ayamba bwino atenga yakasungu ndikupitako ndikuuza mtundu wa Malawi kuti ya makwereza amene alipo yakasungu ndi kodi zimene muli nazo a Malawi mukusiyana ineyo ndimuona ngati apitiriza ngakhala ninazo kuti ndeuti tikapitiriza
tiulula zonse
komano ndimuona ngati to do that it could have been better chifukwa they could have cleared the
mist that is
yes ndidakakonda sinalekeze pompanane so ndiona kuti
titapanga my investigation one
tiona kuti tipanga bwanji komano at least
koma mwina mwake a general question. I think Meki was the Meki chairperson was asked there kuti kuyambirira ndithu zimaoneka kuti credibility ya Meki was intact, right? Everyone was saying Meki has really done a good job, but coming this far, would you say the same?
Yes, I will say the same. Okay, mene kugambira kumambiriro ndakhanduka mba kuti kupanga hando anthu jasi understand me ndikovuta and you know kuti ndikovutadi kuti whenever anthu angoti tikufuna chakuti kena kundikungobwera kuti atipase anthu zimene tikufuna nthawi zina zake zikhoza kubweresanso mwina mpungwepungwe ndi zina zotero ndisankhule zambiri izi zili ndi ubwino wake komanso kuipa kwake zimene Ameki akupanga. Ubwino wake nawo pakakhala attention wambiri ndemubwerese chinthu china chake mwina chikhoza kupezeka zokuti mwapangisanso kuti anthu mwina ambiri avulale miyoyo ya anthu ambiri yononge chifukwa choti pali tension koma at least sometimes you wait kuti anthu let them come kena kono tibwerese nozenizeni kuti kodi zinthu zimene zikuchitika ndi izi at least zimenezo zimathandiza olo mnyumba mwako anthu timamva kuti ayo kayambana ndi amuna ako kapena ukayambana ndi ndani sikuti nthawi mweyo musasinthane mawu yayi kapena kubwera ndi chigamulo mwadikire kaye kuti amuna awo ntimotsike pasi akaziwo ntimotsike pasi kena kono mwalangize zimalowa ndithu bwinobwino. So ndikhoza kuitenga kumbali ina choncho kuti ndikuona ngati mwina anachita bwino kumbali ina kuti mwina zinthu zikhoza kukhala ndithu bwinobwino komanso mukuona kwanga ndimuona ngati kuti mwina kusafulumira kuja kulengeza dzana lija mmene anthu timafunira mwinanso zinathandiza kuti mmene MCP mwapangira kuti makwerezi awo atha kupita kuthamangathamanga ndikukachita makwerezi awo mmene apangiramo ena akhoza manena kuti mwina analawirira anakadikirabe kuti mwina Ameki aja abwere nkupanga choncho anthu amakhala ndi malingaliro osiyanasiyana koma ineyo kumbali yanga ndikhoza onera kuti pena pake anachita bwino kuti mitima ya anthu ikhale pasi kuti akamabwera aliyese akhale ndi zimene wapeza zija kuti akanena zosatira zija anthu apite akapereke madandaulo awo madando monga mwache akutero kuti madando nde kuti anthu akathe kukapereka ndithu madando awo bwinobwino nde ndikuona ngati pena zina tichitira bwino koma chifukwa chokuti Malawi wina aliyense ali ndi chidwi kuti tufuna timve tidziwe zinthu zitithane nazo mwina kumbali ngati imeneyo tikhoza kuona kuti pena pake sizochitira bwino pano tili apa sitikudziwanso kuti chichitike ndi chani zilengezedwa liti tikungodikirabe sitikudziwanso kuti kodi chichitike ndi chani ku dziko kuno so pena pake zikukhala bwino koma pena pake kumbali ina sizikuchitira bwino ngati Amalawi.
Ndinaona mu press briefing muja kuti I think the chairperson amakhanga kuti amavutika kuyankha mafunso ena chifukwa cha chiletso chomwe chili ku court kapena tineuza chifukwa cha mlandu khani imene ili ku court kuti amakanika kumasuka eti kuti chidikira kwambiri kaya court kuti agamule then zina ndi zinazi titha kutambasula otherwise tikhanga kuti tikutani tikuphwanya lamulo lija amati subjudice pena pake zinakhanga kuti zimapasabe kalimiti ndithu kuti pena pake zikukhanga kuti akukanika kumasuka kwambiri ndi mafunso ambiri amene atolangana anafunsa anali ofunikira kwambiri oti mwina wake akanatha kumasula zina ndi zina koma amapeza kuti chairperson amakanika ndithu kuti amasuke koma mwina kungofotokozapo za mmene kunoku kulili ku Tare Center ndinazaona ngati kuti anthu amene anabwera pa press briefing imene iyi mine anabwerera ndi mine inalili situation nakhaga my energy levels were
down. Actually I was about to comment on the same kuti turnout ya anthu madzulo pano press briefing imene yangotha kumene sinali ndithu yosangalatsa timaona masiku ena wakuti kumadzaza kunoko kumakhala anthu ambiri anthu azipani matolankhani anthu ena mwina ungobwera kuzaonerera mipingo komanso mabungwe osiyana titatha press briefing janayangana kuti koda bungwe lakuti ndimaona napezoti kunoko munalibe amipingo timaona kuti akuti munomo akoneka kuti mulibe mukoneka kuti muli anthu
should we say anthu they are losing interest
Mwina I should say kuti they are losing interest chifukwa chona zokuti they are not convinced what they are expecting to get from MEC it's not coming out so when you're expecting something and you are seeing kuti there is no future in what you are expecting you back off and then tuona kuti mwina anthu mwina they are losing hope anthu angotaya chembekezo kuti no whatever comes anthu ena fika pona zokuti whatever comes we accept anthu ena kuti what will happen so tukuona ngati kuti mwina apena pake zinakati thandiza mulungu atatikomera mtima komanso azipani ndi abungwe ameki komanso akhoti sitingalamule kuti fulumizani komano tingowasiya kuti iwo agwire ntchito yawo mokomera ndithu Amalawi.
All right. Mene tachitira ndithu just to summarize what happened during the press briefing by MEC komanso kuti what is happening in general as we're waiting for the results now there's an injunction that has been that was obtained by Malawi Congress Party and the MEC is trying to challenge that injunction and the court just ruled that maybe they will give a ruling at a later date. Until then we're still in the dark as to what are the results at the moment. You were with me, Kingsley Jasi, and my colleague
Leon Temwe.
Back to the main studio in Lilongwe.